brunch live stream with you guys on this, the fuck day is it?
I think it's Monday. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's Monday.
Whatever the fuck day it is. I'm gonna be hanging out and having a live stream with you guys. Now it's pushing our digital products. We have my survival ebook series, my cookbook, the adult content tier on Patreon, and all the other content on Patreon on every other single tier. Shit, all of my merch and my about page and the bonfire. My supplement store, which I don't promote enough. You can order supplements from Flavorful through my modern supplement store. And yeah, hang out, chat, let us know what's going on, who's hanging out. It's a late brunch, but whatever. Time is relative, and it's the morning for me, so go figure. So stick around, hang out, give me 5 minutes and a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Share me out if you can. Big thank you to all my patrons. I actually do not have an updated list. I've gotten quite a few. But all you guys are freaking awesome. Thank you so much. You guys are definitely going to be the saving grace. All my patrons that have been joining up recently and everything else. You guys are awesome. Anything I can do to show appreciation, let me know. Definitely anything to keep you around and keep you part of being a patron. I'll provide, whatever content, value, or anything you guys want. I just need to know what you guys want to see. So, communicate. Hang out. Decrete your face. But today, we're going to have a good breakfast, brunch, whatever. Call it what I want. It's going to be a classic. Those that have been around a while probably already know. It's our favorite breakfast meal. We've done it half a dozen different ways.
Just trying to finish the letters.
No, you're fine. I was just watching the movie on you. How's it going? Waiting for the wood stove to heat back up so we can make
Biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy. Everybody knows I love my biscuits. Wherever the fuck it went to. There, right in front of my face. And we love our gravy. And you can't get nothing better than biscuits and gravy in the woods. You guys know I usually like to make it from scratch, but it is what it is.
I'd love to be able to make it from scratch all the time. We used to do it and have to do it always. It's just we wanted some actual buttermilk biscuits, not like biscuits.
Well, if I had
our biscuits turned out to scones.
Well, if I had buttermilk pancake mix, I could make buttermilk pancakes basically from scratch. I would just add that for the little extra. Then again, if I really wanted to get fancy and do it from scratch, I could just make it with flour, the baking powder, and, you know, use buttermilk for the liquid. That's how you make some really rich buttermilk pancakes. Sorry about that. I had to fix the wood stove. The punk wood burnt out too fast. I didn't have enough coals to keep it going. Thank you for hanging out and being here. We're hanging out, making some biscuits and gravy for breakfast. We are going to be talking about our different digital products that we have available. My survival ebook series, the cookbook, the adult content on Patreon, my unlisted videos on Patreon for the other stuff, my merch stores, supplement stores, a whole bunch of shit. Whatever anybody's interested in, I got something. I am super excited about the cookbook. Finally got that done. That was actually the hardest thing to write because I couldn't decide which recipes I wanted. I didn't want to have too many because I wanted people to just be like, I'm going to take this cookbook with the recipes, with the stuff I need for it, and bam, there's my week adventure.
That's pretty much it.
You can take all the books, the cookbook, and everything that's included in it and just be like, there we go, this is how I'm going to have an adventure. Even the adventure packing list. Like, quite literally, I have everything people would need to know how to go out there, what to bring, what to cook, and what to do. I really need to make a video about that. Like, just a standalone video explaining, like, if you're looking to go on an adventure and you want to know what you need to bring, I have that. You want to know what you need to do while you're out there, like how to survive, what could happen, I have books for that. What do you cook when you're camping? I have a solution for that. I said, what do you cook while you're camping? You know, I have a solution for that. I think I'm going to do a handbook about camping with dogs, too.
I like that, yeah.
Because
there's always wild stuff that we make them, so...
Well, it's also that, and I meant, like, you know, a guidebook to be like, you want to take your dog camping, here's some things to consider, here's some good practices that everybody should do, you know, leashes and lines are important because 99% of public lands require leashes even if the dog is trained, you know, and people don't understand that, and a whole bunch of other things like why you should bring a dog. The video, pretty much, the video idea I had, but turn it into a guidebook too.
Yeah.
Did she say anything? Hope she's not upset because I don't want to go down.
We told them before that we can't just jump up and go. Not from here.
There's a wildebeest snoring next to me. Yeah, I'm talking about you. God, he would answer to Beast. Huh, Beast? Yep. He looked at me like, hmm? She's watching Josie and the Pussycat Dolls behind me.
No, it's just Josie and the Pussycats.
Whatever.
You added the dolls. I don't know where the hell that came from.
The Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah, well,
that's what I think of. Biscuits. Squirrel! How's it going, bro? Making biscuits and gravy. Doing it fast way.
The fast and easier way.
If it was on a full-size fire, I'd have it done in like 2 minutes. It's not for you. Well, how you doing, squirrel? Appreciate you hanging out. You know me. Appreciate if you hang out for like 5 minutes and give me a thumbs up. You know it helps me. I'm actually excited. We haven't had biscuits and gravy at the yeah.
It's been a little bit, yeah.
Well, we did have it not too long ago, but we didn't do it on video or anything.
No.
Warming up my oven. Hey, a skillet with a flat iron top, that thing is beautiful. It works for so many different things. It works as a boil pot, frying pan, oven. It's awesome. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate if you stick around for 5 minutes at least. Give me a thumbs up. Share me out if you can. We're pushing our digital products, my survival book series, cookbook, the adult content on Patreon if anybody's interested in that, plus all the other content on Patreon, which is totally separate. Like I've said before, the only tier that gets adult content, will see any of that, is the adult content tier. They get all the other stuff too, but all the other tiers will not see it. So people can join and not worry about it. Plus my merch. I think people are missing their window to get their Halloween merch, but if you order it now to be ready for next Halloween, it might show up like a day or two after Halloween at this point. It took me 10 days to get the hoodies, so mine showed up faster. So I don't know why. Maybe it's because hers had more detail, mine was simpler. They did it in that order, or it's just at the time when it popped up. I've got no idea. So you might still have enough time to get your Halloween if you're down for that. It's on Bonfire in my About page.
That's cool, awesome, funny stuff in there.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you don't buy nothing, just go check it out. It's really funny.
I am super proud of some of those.
Like, a lot of them came out really awesome. Oh, man.
Like I used my favorite saying. It wasn't me, he tripped. I literally say it every time there's freaking sirens go off. Says we got 3 hanging out. Thanks for being here. Putting the biscuits on. Trying to make sure it's close enough so I can actually put the lid back on it. Oh. Damn. That's always how it happens. There's always one. There's always one that doesn't want to fit.
So just space it out one more.
I can't.
Oh, yeah, because of the pan. Damn. Just almost couldn't fit them bitches.
That's my point. That's why I couldn't get the 8th one on there.
Because they're supposed to have space, but sometimes it's hard to give them space.
Yeah, it's the only problem. I wish my pan was just a little bit bigger. going to be making some coffee. Haven't actually had coffee in a while, like any good coffee. Because Skip sent some money, I was actually able to get some powder creamer. Again, thank you, Skip. Awesome donation. Thank you for that. I was able to get dinner and a couple other things we needed. So, oh. I love it.
We're doing a little bit differently. A little bit more glossy pink type of stuff.
Still so mad that I have a hole in the tent.
I just think it's funny, the tiny fucking pinprick hole. And it's crazy how it's a hot tent when...
It was a single spark on the first fire.
It wasn't even a spark, it was a flicker.
No, I saw the one that it hit. It literally hit right as I finished filling the last one. I laid down. I laid down, all the lights were off, and I saw the spark go out and land. And it was like a 1, 2, 3, and then it went out. No. Then I saw another one tumble down. I was like, no, stop. Stop. Don't do that. Yes, I know I need a camping oven. Actually, my buddy Conrad just showed me a picture of it. He's got one on his butane stove, which, awesome. Or the propane stove, the Camp Buddy stove, whatever.
That's cool if you use chemicals.
And, no, that thing will literally sit, if I took one of these off, one of these hangers, I could literally hook it right to the side of it, and it'll act like an oven. It heats up, and it's got a door on it where I can slide the box in. It looked like a safe when he first showed it to me because it's got the dial on the front that looks like a temp gauge, and then it's got a latch handle, so it looked just like an old school steel safe. And I was like, he's like, you need one of these, and I was like, a safe? Because it's an oven. I was like, oh, I see it now. Then I saw it sitting on the the propane grill. Hey, cuz, make sure you hit that like button for me. But I mean, it works. I like my camp stove. I like my makeshift oven. And I can always, make an oven by making a Dakota fire hole, making a little wood box on top, or a stone box around the top of it, and put a wet lid across the top, and boom. There we go. When I say wet lid, I mean like damp wood that's not going to really burn, but it'll just sit there and just absorb that heat and bounce it back. Wet wood absorbs heat and really reflects it really well, so that steam just holds heat.
So is the oven all heated up now and working?
Yeah, it's getting there. With the wood stove being as small as it is, it burns through wood kind of fast because it's just very efficient. So I've got to keep the damper closed almost the whole time, and I literally keep it open for like just a quick start, or right then when I needed to kick up the temp just a little bit to get these to cook quick. I just cracked it open like that far, and it just heated up so fast. The little holes in the front, There's little holes right in the front here. It's just that little slide for the damper. It's nice and efficient, but because I can only use, you know, pieces that are that big at most to make sure it's efficient. If I put too big of pieces, I lose my coal bed. If I put too small of pieces, it just burns hot, and I'm just sitting there feeding twigs all day. So we try to have a range between these two. So this will burn longer, but this is dry and punky, so it actually burns kind of fast, but it burns hot, so it does work for this. And it gives pretty good coals. Punk wood gives decent coals, as long as it's the right type. Some stuff just straight up burns and goes to particle, and I'm like, oh, that was a log.
Did you see the larger one that I pulled out and brought over here this morning?
Yeah, the long guy that I broke.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to want to break, to be honest.
Yeah, I had to lift up the small end, step on it, and get it to break. And I flipped it over onto the pile. I think I used part of the top of that? I don't know. Unfortunately, because of how I do have to cook this, I still have to flip them. But, oh, it's whatever. I knew this spot was going to struggle because that bit of seasoning came off.
I kind of smelt it when you first put it on. I could smell the seasoning. Pan seasoning, it is.
Yeah, yeah. This section always heats up the most, so I've always got to rotate it. Oh. If I was really slick, I could literally flip it and not even have to open it, but that can get fucked up fast.
God, they smell good.
I don't know, right?
Wish y'all could smell through the phone. Them biscuits be smelling good.
That's that buttermilk.
What'd you say?
I said that's that buttermilk. When it comes to biscuits, I have to get the buttermilk. You can't have biscuits without it being a buttermilk biscuit. You can always tell when I make it with like buttermilk pancake mix or with a buttermilk biscuit mix or whatever. When I'm using it, she loves it, she enjoys it, everything else, it comes out super soft and fluffy. And then when I make it without it, you can always see she's like, she picks it up and always taps a biscuit. You can always tell. Because she taps the biscuit like, oh.
Pretty accurate.
Want to grab the dead bit?
Yeah, I'll grab it. You hear the bird behind us?
Mm-hmm. Birdie, 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 rocking everywhere. Birdie, 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 rocking everywhere. Birdie, 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 rocking everywhere. I got it. Got a sore. I'm always paranoid now because it's tick central around here. There's so many deer, there's so many ticks everywhere that I'm constantly checking these guys. I'm actually kind of excited for the video I filmed today. I think you guys are going to like it. Your booty looks so nice. You saw it behind me and I was like, booty. Why are you kicking yourself? Why are you kicking yourself? You're still kicking yourself.
Come on, just stick it in your mouth. You want to anyways.
Hey, there's no fellatio allowed on YouTube.
No, close your legs. Close your
And if
legs.
she can't do it, you can't do it. Kicking my shit.
No.
I'm gonna chew on this turkey leg. He loves his mommy. He loves his mommy. I love the little kisses, how he licks your kisses off his nose. Aww. Oh, he did the full head wrap. Aww.
He does. He loves when mommy does that. He loves the attention when I do that. Monster loves it too, but he doesn't know how to sit still long enough. Except when all he wants to do is be in my face.
Oh, yeah.
Huh, fat boy.
Had to save that highlight. Give it a thumbs up for dog you love.
Oh goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh,
Head down,
butt.
ass up.
Look
What?
at this. Look. Give me the whole butt. Look at this. Honey. Don't fart, okay? I'll die. What are you doing?
Okay. You guys want to smoke or what? You want to smoke?
Is that what's going on?
You want to smoke?
You want your... Okay. All right.
So you got to move so I can do it.
What is this? Farter.
Excuse me, sir. Sir. Excuse me. Move. Back up. How does he understand that language? That sounded dirty. Any way you like. Biscuits smell good. So I am super excited about all the content and stuff I've been making, the digital products, the survival book series, the cookbook, my stuff on Patreon. Actually finally got 10 members, and it's actually doing pretty good. I really think we'd be okay if I could get 60 patrons. So, might as well talk about it. What do people want to see on their Christmas merch? I'm going to do it early so people can order it ahead of time. I'm going to have it published and posted before November. So I'm really curious, what do people...
Do my birthday merch.
Well, yeah, I can do that. But who wants to see what on some holiday merch? I like the funny stuff, obviously the outdoor theme stuff.
Ignore the deer, buddy. I can see her.
Oh, yeah?
She was straight through. I saw her head poke around a tree, and then she saw him, and then she took off. Well, like, she stood there for a whole minute before she even took off.
Yeah, contemplating.
Probably, yeah.
Is that a weird looking deer?
It is, but, yeah.
It's funny how used to a pole in the middle of the shelter you get. Because if anybody doesn't notice, I'm actually, using the pole.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
How I got the pole?
Oh, yeah.
They're too fluffy.
So, no one ever.
So how's everybody's day going? What's everybody been up to? We're smoking to get our appetite up. So when breakfast is ready, we'll be ready to eat.
Kind of sounds counterproductive, we know. It's how it happens. I don't really have an appetite because of my mouth, so this is kind of the only way to get an appetite at this point.
If you watched the live stream from last night, she was in a lot of pain.
I felt so bad because I don't never like to show ever that much pain. And I felt like I ruined the live. I felt so bad.
It was fine.
It was like a whole hour and a half in before I even started getting that pain.
I felt bad because I was just not reacting to it and not trying to console you, and I feel like people were going to think I was an asshole because they're like, oh, your wife's in pain, you're just sitting there running the live stream. I couldn't do anything. I didn't have any pain meds for you.
I was going to say, I don't have money, I don't have pain meds. There was nothing you could have done other than what you were doing.
Appreciate everybody hanging out and being here. Appreciate everybody who gives me a thumbs up. Today's kind of a relaxed day. trying to be anyway a little bit.
Gotta go get the equipment tent. That's what I'm literally calling it.
I've been calling it the staging tent.
That's pretty much it.
We have a small Ozark Trail 4-person dome tent.
It's just too small for us and the dogs.
On your break at work.
You're not even sleeping. Your eyes are wide open. Why are you snoring? Why?
But we've got that tent set up so that way we can have our stuff that we don't need, like, immediately within reach.
Which there is stuff we need out of it.
It's where shit ended up for now. I got to bring the tent up, set it up for in between our next spot that we're going to go to, and be able to get the stuff, like, do a proper setup. This isn't even a proper setup. We've got half of our bottom blankets. See, that's our solution for a bed. Instead of having a pad, an air mattress, which is just going to get popped by these guys or the freaking ground, or get hit by a spark and deflate. You know, there's so many different things that just pads and mattresses just aren't good for. And instead of having a rolled up mattress or some shit that's just going to be super bulky and heavy, we have a ton of blankets, a ton of comforters, blankets, wools, plush blankets, a whole bunch of different types. And that's simply to be able to and that's how you make some biscuits. And come on, they look great. Who needs an oven? I don't. Honestly, I love an oven because the first thing I'm going to do is get a whole chicken and roast that bitch right in there. Oh, so fluffy and nice and pretty. Just,
The echo of that.
I know. Oh, yeah. Could hear it like 3 times.
Yeah.
Love it. The only thing I worry is the weight on the side. I feel like it's going to make it go off one time. So, Squirrel, what is it you do for work again? I'm trying to remember. I feel like you told me before. I know we've had the conversation on Facebook. I'm really trying to remember. I feel like it was something to do with water. Unless I'm just thinking of the magnet fishing.
I'm not sure.
Sorry about the bad angle, but
Currently, if you move your tripod too much, it'll snap the rest of the way.
yeah, unfortunately, I accidentally broke my tripod. I set it up on the hill, went to go get a nice outside angle shot of the camp. I went to go walk away, and my foot snagged a branch I didn't realize I was standing on, and it was a stick that was caught underneath the tripod. The tripod tipped, and when I went to go catch it, I literally just caught the leg, and I ended and then the rest of the tripod hit the ground, and I was like, what the fuck? Right at the hinge, it broke for no fucking reason. I think it was the cold. It got down in like close to the 30s. I think with the wind chill and feels like it was like 38. And I'm wondering if it was cold enough that the plastic went brittle on me, and where the metal connects to the plastic, I feel like the cold and heat differential made the metal expand and it weakened the plastic. So when I reached out and snatched it, it cracked and let it go free.
Hush.
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 Quiet.
No. Shush. I can't hear you. I need to hear.
Somebody riding by on a bike.
It is a bike trail. Stop.
Enough. Okay? It's fine.
Stop.
Nobody wants to hear it. I don't understand that movie at all. I've been trying to follow it, but
it's really stupid funny. It's supposed to be the underlying thing of music that there's
the commercialism and product placement. And... Sorry, everybody. I know it's terrible angles. Oh, auto detailing. That's right. So, Rob LT, how's it going? And my tripod still works. What I have to do is I can't move it. Like, once I have it in place, I have to hold the leg steady and place it, and it'll sit there. But, like, I could lift it a little bit and show you if I can. It just comes right up. Tell your boys it's time to go to bed. They're being bad. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but telling them to go to bed doesn't work.
Yeah, they'll just sit there and sit in bed and huff. Somebody didn't know how to bark until somebody taught him. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You taught your brother how to bark. He didn't even know. I got him to forget. I did. Monster actually creature actually forgot how to bark. Baby girl says hi.
Hey, what's up? What's going on with you, man?
He said, tell Mrs. My wife said hi. So I just translated it to baby girl said hi. That's so fucked. I mean, they called it the... God, that was before the Google Lens. The Google Glasses. The VR thing. It was before all that, and they called it where you needed special equipment to actually enjoy something that is being released commercially. And I know it's a lot older than VR shit.
Mm-hmm.
So fucked. That's how I like my gravy.
Yummo.
Biscuits and gravy. Biscuits are done. Gravy's all finished. Smells great.
It doesn't.
Oh damn, I did forget. I got one more biscuit to make.
Yeah.
We had a loner. Bring around the loner. The loner?
You don't know that quote. I don't think you can do that.
You say that about all the quotes.
Yeah, but all of these are nostalgic, like 90s.
Thank you for the likes. Appreciate it. Says we got 4 hanging out. We got 3 likes. Definitely appreciate it. And to my solitary hater that dislikes every one of my videos, thank you too. Interaction, watch time, it all counts. So you can hate, I don't care. I wish I had a nice big clean can. I wish I had a nice big clean can.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I would set it upside down on top of this and cook the biscuit. We need to get new bowls whenever we have, you know, a few bucks past surviving.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
When it's hot enough where I go out, it's fucking hot.
Yeah, it's the worst part. How quick it actually goes out.
With this wood, yeah. But I needed it to be hot, so that's fine. Man. Oh, hey, we got 6 hanging out. Sorry about that.
I was tasting my gravy.
Oh, yeah, we do need some corned beef hash for this. Definitely.
I wish. That's what I was hoping you'd pick up.
Oh, it's all right. Like I said, her phones are out anyway. Survival LT. And yeah, we do need some corned beef hash with this. I would have loved it, but we couldn't. We didn't have enough. As it is, I wanted actual tube of sausage to go with it, but I don't have enough of that. And I forgot. Like, I was on my way here, and I was like, shit. Came out great. Sorry, I have a thing with eating in front of people. That's why I had to turn. But figure, have brunch on the live stream, hang out with you guys. Oh, quick little reminder, a big thank you to all my patrons. The new adult content is super popular. Definitely appreciate all the supporters on that. In the description, there's a full list of all the ebooks that I have available. My survival book series and my cookbook are available. The prices are listed. If somebody wants to get all of them, they can trying to think what the best deal would be. You can join Patreon at whatever tier you want and drop the $50 donation into one of my methods, and I'll send you all of my ebooks, and if you join the adult content, you'll get a special thank you video. If you join one of the other content, I have my adventure packing lists, all my ebooks, and you can go ahead and make a video request, and it'll be the next video I make consecutively, based off of whoever joins and everything else. Just trying to think of some incentives and bonuses I could offer you guys that'll make that better. Squirrel says he's still here watching.
So this is what I got so far. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Was that a wisp?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I couldn't tell what I was hearing. I gotta say, the worst possible way to try to talk is fucking with a lisp, a stutter, and a speech impediment.
She wants to know when we're able to make it down together again.
Hey, we're up to 6 hanging out and 4 likes. Definitely appreciate everybody throwing us a like. Sorry, it's time to eat the biscuits and gravy. These came out awesome. And I'm trying to cook my last one. I don't have a cover for it. I need another can or something. Too bad I didn't have a can of Dentimore stew recently.
Mm-hmm.
That would be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
One of the small, short ones. Just something to reflect the heat back down onto it. But I'm using the cast iron as my bowl. I've got last night's leftovers in the Tupperware, so I couldn't use the big Tupperware as my bowl. She's using the little one. But make it work. There's always some way to figure it out. Eggs and sausage out on the open fire. Oh, nice. Is that what your video's about? I actually think I have the notifications sitting up here. Survival LT, the grid is down, cooking on Canada Candle.
Mm-hmm.
Did you use some of my suggestions from when we were talking last night? Well, this morning, technically. Awesome. We'll have to check it out. With shorts, the vertical short, you have to set up the thumbnail when you're putting in the details the first time you're doing it, because you can't go in after the fact and edit it. Thumbnails are really important on the actual horizontal videos. Most of the time on shorts, YouTube picks a good enough one.
Country gravy.
I was going to say it's the traditional classic country gravy, the original. Hey, we're up to 5 likes. Thank you very much. Ah, you know, biscuits and gravy, I gotta say, it's like the ultimate comfort food. No matter what day, no matter what meal, you make me some sausage, biscuits, and gravy. Oh, I'm gonna have a smile on my face, be in a happier mood, and want to cuddle.
Pretty much. That's pretty much what's probably going to happen.
Oh, I got some videos and moving stuff I gotta do, but yeah, probably.
Some cuddling.
Some cuddling. You said it's on like Donkey Kong. Hey, 5 and 5. 5 people hanging out, 5 likes. Thank you everybody for being here and hanging out. Sorry. Just finishing up breakfast while we're hanging out. Well, brunch, whatever. It's the beginning of my day. Fuck you. Some sausage. Or some biscuits and gravy. Came out great on the camp stove. We got the dogs all hanging out with us. I got Monster right here.
He bumps it up.
Oh, you can see the ear. Face. So, we're just hanging out. Water looks like it's ready for coffee. I got to clean out the cups, make some coffee. I just want to eat this while the biscuit's cooking.
Meanwhile, it's puffing.
Yeah.
Just watched it.
Yeah, I love it. The heat hit the doughy part and it raised. Rise up. That's one of those parts right there where if I was on a video and I edited it, where I said the heat hit the doughy part and it raised up. So when you get the Southern Baptist preacher, it'll be, rise up. Rise up, my brother. That means put your ass up. Ass up. Hey, you send me a cup, I'm coming. Sure thing, LT. I'll teabag you. I mean, dip a bag of coffee in a teacup for you. That's what that be doing to you.
My stomach was a little upset.
I know.
You hear it?
No, I just know you. Double fisting. He sent the LMAO emoji for getting teabagged.
Can you reach my shoes over there?
Probably. Monster fetch. Or get, that works too.
Okay, there was a mix
Move,
up
baby.
there. Ooh, ooh.
All the way up.
Go on,
Mom's
son.
coming through.
Yeah, I'm crawling out that way, big butt.
Boot hay. Ow. That was her knee. The honey.
So I used to do high knees because it'd be the only way to pop my knees up at one time.
What's for dinner? Actually, leftovers with a little bit more of the vegetables from last night. It's stir-fried beef with rice, peppers, onions, and carrots. I just had some extra peppers, onions, and carrots, so I'm going to mix that into the pan and heat it up. We have a little bit of leftovers to start as the starter, and just put a little more body in it with a little more vegetables. Says we got 6 hanging out, 5 likes. Thank you guys for being here and hanging out. Trying to push our digital products, my survival series on my ebooks. It's all in the description. Our adult content on Patreon, the exclusive behind the scenes outdoor content on Patreon, which is separate. My merch stores, Bonfire and Flavorful. My cookbook, which I just started releasing. All the information's in the description, and if anybody just wants to help us out and donate, there's a couple of methods up there too. Everything helps. We're trying to get it to the point where we can support ourselves through YouTube, so that way we can do it full time and provide content for you guys and try to share our adventures and everything else, instead of me having to work, 6 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon, and then only having like 2 hours of daylight to be able to do stuff. Where we're trying to make it so that way we can just do this full time with you guys, sharing adventures and daily life and things like that. And so it's the only reason why we're pushing so hard, because every time I fall off a little bit, I lose subscribers, or I don't have as many views, and then it's like all the effort and time I put into it starts to get worked backwards on. So it's the only reason. We're not trying to be like, oh, push, gimme. I have 1,000 videos up for free on YouTube. So I try to just offer some extra stuff for free, or for Patreon members. And I even have some tiers on Patreon that give people like actual say and control on the channel. You can actually be like, hey, I want you to make a video about this. And part of the agreement on there is I have to do it. So there's free merch gifts on Patreon. Patreon members on tiers $5 and higher get my ebooks. Those on the adult content tier get everything that's included with Patreon, plus the adult content updates and pictures that are allowed on Patreon. Plus, you send me your email and I'll send you thank you videos of our content that people have thoroughly enjoyed. Each video is worth the monthly subscription in and of itself, plus any extra donations coming through a Patreon on that line will get extra thank yous. You can do video requests, things like that. Mrs. Native and I have a lot of different content of that type. But for those not interested in that and are going to be on Patreon, there is a ton of different behind the scenes, animal processing, us singing and copyrighted videos that we can't have on our channel. So anything that YouTube doesn't really like public on YouTube, we put it unlisted and put it on there so people can enjoy it. And also, all patrons have the right to make video requests, and that just means you can put up ideas, and because I have so few suggestions, I probably will get to it really quick. But the higher ones that have an actual say can literally just be like, hey, Tuesday, I want you to make this kind of video. And as long as I'm capable of doing it, I will do it. And so people can get to have a say and watch what they want to watch. And be able to just be like, you know, it'd be better if you did this. And I'd be like, oh, cool. All right, so I'll do that. I'll try it. Obviously, it all has to go within the YouTube codes and guidelines and stuff like that. And it did come out delicious. I got to say, dinner last night, it did come out delicious. When I redo it today, I'm actually going to add a little bit of sauce from when we made ribs or when we made the tomahawk steak. Thinking probably going to do the Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce. Or no. I'm going to do the Jim Beam maple. That was sweet and tangy. It would go really nice with that meat last night. Plus, it has some cooked onion spices, or cooked pineapple in it. But we have a ton of content available. Also, I have my adventure packing lists. If you're getting ready to go camping, hiking, go on an adventure, I have a list that you can go through and make sure you have everything. Just give yourself a little comfort and frame of mind. Be like, all right, I feel prepared for this adventure. It's actually kind of funny. We just realized it earlier. If you take my adventure packing lists, my survival book, my cookbook, and honestly, my merch, you'd have all of the stuff that you would need to enjoy the outdoors. Know what you're going to do, know what you need to do to set up camp, know what to do in an emergency situation, and be able to enjoy some nice meals. Sorry, I know I rambled for a little bit, but the problem is I have so much that I've created and made and everything else. Like, you figure that's 15 books and counting. The 2 packing adventure checklists. I have an e-course I've made. I just can't figure out how to put it up somewhere. I got to do it on Wix, but it takes a lot for me to actually do that. And my signal is not strong enough to do it right now. But I actually have a few e-courses. I have all the stuff that we do on Patreon, everything else. Like, there's so much that we have that I forget about things sometimes, and it's like, oh yeah, I always forget I have the supplement store that Supplefull. It's in my about page. You can get supplements like chaga and stuff like that. The stuff I harvest and actually use when I got that leech attached to my foot and I got that really bad systemic infection, or when me or Mrs. Native have a bad tooth infection and we need some antibiotics, we use the chaga, make it into a tea or put it in honey or something. You know, they have that on that supplement store. And there's also a ton of different stuff. Coffee, gummies, protein. It's awesome. I want to order a shit ton of it just because I would use it all day. I'd wake up and have a protein shake every morning if I could afford to order that. No. So it says we got 6 here, 5 likes. Mrs. Native's back.
It smells like popcorn. You might want to take the pan off.
Yeah, I just got the thing off of it. Actually looking for the lifter majigger. My lifter majigger.
Go lay down. Get your spot. Get your spot.
We can shake the leash. There we go.
He's got so much slack that it just. That's not.
He says, "Oh, you're wrapping me, Mom.
No.
You give me a huddle, and cuddle."
Damn.
Yeah, and the main reason why we want to keep them from barking is I don't want to interfere with hunters out here. I don't want to scare the deer. Us physically, the deer will come near really close, and the boys have gotten to the point where they don't bark at the deer. But I don't want to have them bark at somebody who's trying to track some deer, and then the deer fucking scatter and just spoiled the whole woods for fucking anybody hunting. Because as long as they're cool and they're not gonna threaten my fucking dogs, I'll make friends with a hunter. Shit, I'll process for hunters and fucking give you some badass meat cuts and not even have to do shit.
Stop. I'm gonna need Wi-Fi soon.
Anyway.
To see when someone is gonna text me back. Remember, you wanted me to check, and I haven't had my phone.
Oh, I know.
For like hours.
I know. We've been going for an hour so far. Figure, enjoy coffee, the rest of breakfast. Do you want your food back?
Yeah. Not for you. Let's try
Go.
though.
Some space. Oh. Honestly, this stuff is expensive, but it's fucking worth it. The powder goes so much farther, and it's sweet, so you don't even need sugar. So really, it's like a 2-for-1. You're getting your sweet and your flavor. I don't need to worry about the liquid spilling somewhere or going bad on me or separating and being gross because it's fucking vegetable oil. Go back to marry me.
Mm-hmm.
Dessert. I think we have some cookies left. I got a nice deal, like almost a week ago, of buy one get 2 free. It was the only reason why I did it. Just Freihofer cookies. So I think that's all we have for dessert. I could whip up something creative.
Yeah.
but we have some honey. Quit watching Mom eat. Back up. You know what I said. Keep going. Good boy. Now stay there. I love how well they listen sometimes. At least for you need a spoon?
Mm-mm.
There is occasionally some floaters in the coffee.
It's just ground. It's not a big deal, but my fingers are numb, so I don't want to stick them in my coffee and kill them.
This coffee is so fresh, it was ground this morning.
I can't get that shit out of my cup. Can you get it? I've been trying. I wasn't trying to get like the whole spoonful. I got it.
Coffee. I mean, we've consistently had like 3 or 4 people hanging out the whole time, so definitely appreciate you guys. I need to watch hours. Definitely. I'm almost fucking monetized, man.
I was gonna say, all you really need is you're almost at 4,000 for subs. Well, you're about halfway there.
Yeah, it's like I'm well over the 1,000 sub mark. I need fucking 700 watch hours to get my first threshold for monetization. Then I need 1,000 more.
It's a good thing I already scorched my tongue in the gravy.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually what happens when we do biscuits and gravy and coffee at the same time. It's either I'll scorch my tongue on the coffee first and not have to worry about scorching it on the biscuits and gravy, or I'll scorch it on the biscuits and gravy and end up not having to worry about the coffee. Do it. Still you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We'll take okay. We don't watch this movie all the time or nothing.
It's one of my only downfalls.
Sorry about that. I had to finish my food, and it was I had to dive under the camera because it was super not. I don't have teeth, man. I got headbutted too many times. Now I have no teeth, so sorry. It's hard to eat. It's hard for me to explain to people, like, I don't eat in front of people. I don't go places to have dinner with people. That's why when we went out to dinner, I literally saved the ribs. I was like, I'm not eating this here. I'm going to eat shit that I can literally just pop it in my mouth and look away.
It's my worst problem with going out to eat. Hearing. Seeing and hearing everyone eating and everything else. It makes me want to just throw up. That's why we don't.
It's like one of those horror
have the
movies.
one time to go eat, and we don't do that.
Even if we could afford to.
When we did afford it, it's just we did it once.
That's why we would just get takeout. That was date night. We didn't go sit down, eat anywhere. We just got food to bring back. Whew. Nothing like the after breakfast cigarette and coffee. The Folgers tea bags for, like, the coffee bags, they're fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
They're so convenient. And they're pretty strong. Like, you could make a pretty decent sized cup with it if you just let it steep longer. Exactly. That's her problem. She said the same thing. I don't go out in public. It's delivery. I hate seeing other people eat. Looks like crap. Looks like a bunch of animals eating. Yeah, we went out to dinner with one person, and not gonna say who, but they kind of got the nickname is the farm or an animal, because sound like 3 pigs in a trough, and it was just one person, and it was absolutely ridiculous. She literally had to eat in trips when they weren't at the table.
I have what you call misophonia.
Yeah, it's basically a phobia that when she hears mouth sounds, chewing, crunching, licking.
At this point, it's like a disease.
Yeah, well, it's like a phobia. It makes her nauseous and, like, makes her upset and messes with her. It's super weird to explain, and when people hear that and then they do it worse, it's she gets pissed and wants to punch him in the face. Like, people don't understand. That's completely involuntary. She has tried to just deal with it and handle it, but it's not something she has control over. But not having teeth and having them broken as bad as they are, I have to eat meat a certain weird way, and it looks super gross. I look like a savage animal that's, like, messed up. So this is what we got for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Thank you guys for hanging out for a few minutes. Give me a thumbs up. You can check out the description if you haven't been here this whole time.
You can finish it. It's just a little gravy and a biscuit.
Okay. Everything's in the description, so a big thank you to my patrons. We're up to 10 now, which is awesome. Making almost $60. I am super excited about everything I've been making. It's I want to share what I know and what I can do. And I. That's all I think of in that part. My twisted spine, boy. That was a nice breakfast. It was really nice.
Very tasty.
It's 4:45.
Yeah, I gotta check my phone soon.
We're a little over an hour and a half. Code word for this one. Code word for this one.
I've done too many with biscuits and gravies.
Brunch?
Yeah.
Did we do that one yet?
No.
All right, for my replay champions, if you were watching this on the replay and you were paying attention and catching the code word for this replay is going to be brunch. I know it's kind of derivative because it's in the title, but, well, there you go. BRUNCH, brunch. Put it down in the comment section down below. Let me know you are a replay champion. It says we're up to 6 now. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for hitting the likes. Appreciate it if you hang out for like 5 minutes. It helps me out, makes the algorithm look good. All the information is in the description of the things that we've been announcing, our adult content on Patreon, our cookbook, the survival series books, and my merch, the supplement store, Patreon for the other content as well. And of course, as always, we accept donations directly through Cash App and PayPal. All the support helps us create more content and be able to focus on this. So everybody who supports us and is involved and subscribes and watches, we definitely appreciate you guys. It's part of the reason why I do the replay champion code words, just to see what people are watching after it's live and it's not actually live at the time. So, yeah.
Oh, look at this bed.
that's a nice pillow.
It's not cold. Is that?
Because. I don't know if he's still watching. Hey, cousin, are you still here? Excuse me. Taking a slug of coffee right after a dab. That's tasty.
Kind of tastes like chocolate. Like hot chocolate coffee.
Oh, it tastes like a French vanilla cappuccino to me.
Oh,
all
see,
frothy
maybe
and
that's
creamy.
what maybe that's what it tastes.
Oh. Oh. Alrighty. We're at $1.40. Breakfast is done. We're kind of chilling out, trying to figure out what's going to go on for the rest of the day. Probably got some filming to do. Maybe live on a different platform. And yeah. So thank you guys for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you guys all for the likes. Make sure you share it out so other people can see it after the live stream. Get a new replay champion. We have a lot of content coming out. And remember to check the description if you haven't already. And as always, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for being part of the tribe. And until next time, get out there, be a native. Go Beast.